Hello everybody and welcome back to another episode here on the Create server with me, Zedaph, and today we are going to be making it absolutely rain Silverfish XP from the heavens into our mouth. But before we get to that, we have a very important job, and that is moving our stuff inside. We're finally moving in. It's moving day, and yeah, I'm sick of sleeping out under the stars. As nice as that sounds, it rains a lot, and I've got a perfectly good cube house right up in here. In fact, let's head on in. Oh, why did that make me go all floaty now? Is it because I'm wearing an ornithopter? Go away, rotten flesh. This cube in here, this three-way axis rotating thing, we're going to fully be moving in, ripping out the insides of this. This was always just temporary, and making this place our home and our vomitorium. But before we do any kind of moving in or anything, we need to make this thing slightly more navigatable, because as you can see, we can rotate it all the different ways, do stuff like this, but like, I mean, I honestly don't know. I just did 2 moves and I don't know how to get it back. I've never been particularly great at Rubik's Cubes. This thing only has 1 door, and I mean, if I try and get it back, I can try and... I mean, that kind of works, right? Oh no, the door's over there. Uh-oh. Okay, maybe I climb in through a window? I don't know! We need to make this cube smarter than me so that it can return home, no matter what position it's in. Oh, and talking about smart homes, let's also make a sensible home. At the moment, this has got an axis on all 6 of the sides, so like this one makes it go clockwise that way, whereas over the other side here, this one makes it go clockwise the other way around the same axis, but we can duplicate those. We can just have 3 sides with a 2-way axis on each one. So this thing is going to be, this is going to be so intelligent. Now, before you start wondering how on earth I'm going to make something cleverer than me, well, I didn't. My lovely patrons, super patrons names here going on by, and Codex in particular, have come up with this system right here, which I barely understand, basically will automatically, this is like a brain right here, will automatically flip-flop the cube into the right position. Let me just show you. It's almost like magic. I think it might be. I have my cube controls here, so if we don't go in the cube, because we don't want to vomit, we can make the cube rotate that way. We can make it rotate that way. Let's do another rotation like that, and like that, for instance. And then all we have to do is hit this little button, the bed and nugget signal. Boop. It's just going to go, ho-da-da, ho-da-da. Oh, it found the way back to the door again, and then we can remess it up. We go like that. We go like that. We go like that, maybe. And like that. And then we say, hey, brain, come on, brain, if you think you're so clever, fix it. Fix it for me. Bah. Bah. Oh, wow, that was really easy to fix it, actually. And it does it as quickly as possible as well. So pretty much, as far as I can tell, when this signal nugget bed is kind of connected, which I'll show you how it is at the moment, it turns these 2 lines off, right? That's in home position when nugget bed is activated. But when I activate bed nugget, what it does is it turns both of these lines on, and all 6 of these things try to get solved. That's, as far as I'm telling you, solved. Now, what does that even mean? Oh, I'm lost. Well, if we take a look at the outside of the cube, you'll see there's these levers in very particular places on every single side of the cube. And they are going to correspond up with these 6 different signals here. So there are like 6 places the levers could be on all of the different sides. And they tell us exactly what side and what rotation it's in. So if I just turn the cube one direction like that, you can see out of the 6 different options now, the lever is in this particular spot. So this counterclockwise red stone one gets lit up, which we can see is being lit up right down there. It's the only one of the 6 being lit up. So as soon as we would hit that little reset button, which pretty much what it's going to do is turn this on, you'll see something happens. It basically found this one, triggered this, but then a reset button made these both flip-flop over, which resets both lines again. That's as much explanation as you're going to get from me. It's a very clever system. Again, kudos, patrons, to you. We now have a way that we could just come on in, and you know what, we're even going to remove all that. We don't need this. This was just demonstration furniture. We need the actual real stuff, the proper things. In fact, you can stay. But the rest of you, we're going to have to figure out exactly what we want, how we want to live our lives. Da-da-da-da, there it is. That's the kind of wall and floor and ceiling and whatever decoration. Remember, the walls become the floor and the ceiling becomes the doors and walls and everything. So this is pretty much a repeating pattern. It's the same on all the walls, and it's also the same on the floor and ceiling. Although these ornate window things, they kind of look different depending on which angle. They kind of like to go in these columns, or when you're looking at the top of them, they look all nice and kind of cross-hatchy like that. And it doesn't look the best. It's a little busy. All right, I'll admit. But the whole point of this is it's inside a clockwork cube mechanism. Of course, it's going to look kind of like metally and like bar-y and coggy and things. And I was very, very keen to have as much of it be kind of window as possible so that we can kind of see interesting things outside as well as right outside of the cube. And we can see like down and stuff like that too. Having kind of like holes in stuff, I think is a big part of this kind of aesthetic that we are going for. So yeah, it works really, really nicely. And we've got some lights in here as well, and some nice lights that look very structural in the middle of all the edges. And now we can watch this thing a spin. Ha-ba-ba, ha-ba-ba. I should have been inside of it. Let me go inside first. And then pum, dum, and hua. Oh no! Okay, that doesn't happen often. I didn't even fall out the door. I just phased through the floor like some sort of ghost. That doesn't happen often. It's just, you know, a working hazard. And now I'd like to present to you my new cube. We fully moved in. Look at all this. Okay, so, right, let me explain. This is the storage area. So as you can see, we've got plenty of barrels around the edge, and we can label them all on these lovely placards. We've got all sorts of utility things that we might need as well. A little bit of smelting here, but mostly we'll be using that thing down there. I love that I can see everything from one place. So that's this floor. Next, we have, if I can do it correctly, I can. Oh, my anvils. Oh no, my anvils fell off. Oh, I need to tie my anvils down. Okay, all right, we'll fix that. You know what? Let's pick them up for now. Otherwise, well, yeah, let's leave one. Let's just see what happens. Maybe it sorts itself out. Maybe it's not a problem at all. This is our kind of like armory area. We've got our wand of symmetry we used a little while ago. We've got a spare wrench here, and we've got an extendo grip and also a potato cannon that we haven't played with this season yet, but we certainly will. And in the middle, we've got our schematic cannon with a schematic table on as well. So then moving on, if I go, like that. Hodja! Oh, what happened to the anvil? Oh, okay. Hopefully, if it just lands back on there again, everything's fine. You know what? I'm going to even put this one down here. That's how brave I feel. So this is obviously our enchanting station with a little room for enchanting things there. And we can beef this one out a little bit. I think as we live in it, we'll discover more and more things that we would like. But yeah, nice little simple enchanting table. The main reason that we've designed it like this, by the way, is it's very difficult. If you can't use stairs, you can't use like fences or trapdoors or carpets or anything like that that doesn't have rotation in all 6 of the axes, you know? Like a sign, for instance. You can't put a sign on the ceiling, unfortunately, or on the floor, so it just won't work. And then, of course, instead of me trying to fix that mess, we can come and press the button here, and it will very cleverly fix itself back to normal again. And you know what? I think we might move this thing into the cube itself. Maybe even in the middle. I wonder what happens if you put something in the middle, like not attached to anything. You'll see, like, if I put something down, the glue is like, bleh, it just glues everything. But if it's not touching, surely it can't move. Okay, so 2 tests to run now. Firstly, our anvil is very strapped down. It's also completely inaccessible at the moment, but we'll see if that holds it. And secondly, I'm up here on a floating block with the reset button here as well. So firstly, I want to see what this looks like if the cube is moving around us. Whoa, okay. That looks weird. I heard anvil dong. Wait, where is it? Wait, where is it? Oh, no. Okay, right, so that doesn't work at all, and it damaged my anvil. Brilliant. Let's keep on spinning around. Oh, wait. Spinning around. Spinning around. Spinning around. Wah, like so. Is that sufficiently messed up? Not really, actually, because the door's right there. Let's do something like that. And now we hit the reset button here. Boom. Oh my goodness, and it fixes it right up. Okay, that's awesome. I love that. Now we can like be inside of here if we want. And if we're ever just like, yeah, I just need to leave this place, you can just jump up. You should be able to hit that button from anywhere. Haja, and it should fix it. Wonderful. Okay, fantastic, right. That is the cube done. I'll obviously move all of my stuff in and make myself comfy, kick my shoes off, get my feet stink all over the place. But for now, I think it's time we go and make some silverfish rain. So we actually got the idea for this farm when I was making the flattest of our flatteries, the floor flattery, down here when we made our haunter to be specific. Now, if we take a little look at the recipes here, you can see infested stone, which has the silverfish inside of it, is just made by haunting a bit of stone. Woo, spooky stone. Now you've got a silverfish in you. So we can chuck our cobblestone that we can make. You can make cobblestone, obviously, with just a normal generator. Tango's already been making a whole bunch. And if we head down here onto our new, very temporary, very scary, very unsafe, kind of a little, like, carriageway thing here, we get our beautiful stone, and then if we pop back up here, and we haunt it, ooh, let's get our spookiest things on. I really wish these kind of went, ooh, like, made a little, like, subtle spooky noise. They've got the little, like, faces, the little ghost faces, that we should find that will haunt very nice and quickly into some infested stone that we can have some fun with. I totally didn't fall off the thing. You fell off the thing. Then once we have loads of the infested stone blocks, we can use the old pokey hands to place them down, and then all you gotta do is break those blocks, and... oh, yeah. Oh, what's going on? We get a ton of silverfish that are just packed with juicy XP. Each one of these has got 5... oh, there's other silverfish as well. Oh, they break themselves as well, don't they? Okay, well, we can break them to be a little bit more careful. Why did I do... this is why I did this down here, because I was terrified of what was going to happen. Get out of it! Leave me alone! Be gone with you! Okay, so it's pretty simple. We have to make the cobble, smelt the cobble, haunt the cobble, well, it's stone now, haunt it, place it, break it again, and then kill the silverfish that spawned. It's a very simple plan. And we have picked out a very nice little location. It's actually going to be right down here. There's like a little cave in the side of our mountain, which should provide a lovely little, boop, ow my face, viewing platform. And look at this. If you've ever felt uncomfortable about somebody like pointing at you and staring before, this brings it to a whole nother level. But all these very rude pointing hands are obviously going to place a lovely layer of infested cobble. But we got to obviously get the infested cobble into their rude little mitts in the first place. So up above here, we're going to do a bit of a thing. We're going to be putting smart chutes on top of everything. In fact, is there another... there's even more hands back here. I need to dig out even more. Well, this is good, though, because all this stone, we can just make it all spookified and put it straight back into the system. So let's get a little bit more room there. So yeah, we'll be putting a layer of these smart chutes over. So then we want to be putting an inventory on top. And instead of just using like chests or something, if we use these item vaults, we should be able to make... oh, yeah, there's a 2x2, and boom, a 3x3, bam, a boom, a beam, a bam, and a shabaloom. A shabloom. Hey, wait a minute, why am I not making another one? Oh, I think I didn't have enough in my hand or something. If I place it now, yay, it works, and even my face gets covered up. Perfect, like that, and we'd have another vault here as well. Now, anything we put into these vaults is going to get evenly shared by all of these chutes underneath, so it's a really good way of, like, spreading out a whole bunch of materials in like a big kind of area. And then if we head up, in fact, let's get another vault going here. A place, and boop, like that. Perfect. I absolutely love placing 9 blocks at once. Oh, it's the simple things that please me. Now, these two separate vaults, they can be combined together by a simple little double chest. I say double chest, not 2 single chests next to each other. A place. Perfect, like that. And then if we get some filters here, we only want infested stone coming on down. Then anything we chuck in here is just going to get very, very quickly put into both of these, and then obviously into the hands below, and we can just keep on feeding this in. I'm going to be doing this manually for now, but eventually we'll get a cobble generator, then we'll get a cobble smelter, then we'll get a haunter, and that will feed directly into here. So before we know it, oh, we'll be getting this stuff like super quick and easy. And heading down below again, we should see... yes, the pointing has stopped. You're still pointing. I wonder why. I bet you he actually has stuff. Oh, he totally did. It just hadn't fully updated yet. Look at you. Look at you all holding beautiful stuff. So as soon as we power this up, we will get a lovely 6x7 sheet of very infested stoniness. And with the mysterious power coming out of the wall, it's not actually that mysterious, I just had to add a load of windmills down, and I'm telling you, I think we're going to have to sort out our power situation soon, because I place so many windmills now, and a man only has so much wind. But if we put a bunch of these chain drives down like this, we can control all of them at once. What's our torch doing there? A boop, and a boop. Bum, bum. Lovely and slow. Very dramatic. Good, like, dramatic timing there, Hans. But look, we have a lovely, it's not that special, actually, is it, to look? But each one of these is a silverfish block. In fact, look, you can see how quickly I can mine it without a pickaxe at all. And then what we need to do is break these. Now, instead of just mining them or letting a silverfish pop out of them on their own, we're going to use the old put a block in the block trick. So if you make a contraption that has blocks in it, and then they kind of like pop themselves out into block form again, they'll kind of like destroy whatever's there. It's pretty simple. Basically, we have to glue up this whole thing. Boom, that just got placed like so. And then this bearing here is going to spin this whole thing around like a massive propeller, right? And if we look in here, it's going to turn it 180 degrees. So if we plug this in as well, a plug, then whenever we push this button, we will get a full 180 spin. Like so. But the hands, you could see, they didn't have enough time to place the next blocks down. If we go back over here and we press the little button, boop, you'll see it does a full spin. Oh, they're so close to being able to do it. Okay, so we got to change some speeds around here. In fact, we can speed the hands up to maximum pokage, and then this thing can stay a little bit slower. We should get some silverfish rain. The spinner is getting double up to 32 speed, and this one up here, all the hands, cranky, as fast as physically possible. Okay, so now, when this button is pushed, we should see... Oh, yes! It works! It works! Oh, there's another cave down here. Oh, I should have... Okay. Oh, no, they're going to kill me. Okay, I fly away. Silverfish can't fly, can they? And now that we have stopped being so rudely nibbled upon, we can actually test this thing properly. It kind of worked. It was a successful test. It just kind of hurt a bit more than most successful tests would like to be. But you can see I've actually glassed them in now, so anything that falls down here should get caught for now. So we can see this in action from a slightly better thing. Boom, you saw all the blocks get placed. Look at that. That is 48 silverfish instantly spawned, and we could just spawn 48 more. Look at that. And again, why not? Oh, it's kind of like swifting them over. Okay, that's too many silverfish to kill, obviously, nicely. They're so loud as well. They're so loud. So what we want to do now is gather them together in a nice, happy little silverfish party. Now, we're going to use belts here because, I tried fans and they totally don't work. Silverfish can fight back against fans, but conveyor belts going at super duper speeds, I don't think they can. So if we pop them down like this, and then one going this way, this little thing in the corner should make them both work. If we plug this in, if I grab that, can I place it? Hada. Okay, yep, it's working, okay. Oh, can I even escape out of here? Okay, good, thank you, Ornithopter. Thank you for trying to save my life. Okay, what are you doing here? Did I just shaft in my own face? I'm not entirely sure, but that is pretty darn quick, and that will bring everything down to that one hole, or at least that's what I hope it'll do. I guess we can only figure it out by actually giving it a go. We press it. Boom. Fwum. Oh my goodness. Oh, okay. And they are dying in there because they're entity cramming. The party's just got so popular that the squishing is occurring. And of course, just like Tarzan would say, vines are the answer. If I go right down here, will stop entity cramming. Boom, boom. Unfortunately, they're also going to stop full damage, which is why I built this thing to make them go all the way down so that I could hopefully, hit them in one hit. But having this drop shoot does also have the added ability that they shouldn't be able to call upon their friends. You might notice that there's a little bit of erosion happening around in this cave because we've had many a silverfish. Explosion is probably a good way to put it, but if we hit the button now, ba-ba-ba-bum, they all head on down, and I don't think I saw any smoky death particles here. If we... Oh, careful if we don't get too close. Uh-oh. they're still exploding. Aha, problems solved and figured out and sort of avoided altogether. We have changed some things around. So firstly, we don't have the big drop anymore. It wasn't doing anything because of the vines, and we definitely need that because we want entity cramming off so that we can push this new button here, Silverfish, get it? Get it? To turn this a bunch of times, get a load build up, and then we can use our brand new broom with sweeping edge and sharpness 4. Eventually I'll get sharpness 5 to hopefully whack and kill everything there all in one go. And if you kill a silverfish in one hit, it does not call its friends, which then means it doesn't call any of these or any of the ones that are now like dotted around my mountain. So it should all be safe. So if we hit the silverfish button, ba-ba-ba-bum, they all rain down, and you saw none of them died. Now, there's a bunch of them caught on top of the vines there, but most of them fell inside. If I hit this again, cha-cha-cha, da-da-da, we get a double mount. Oh, I thought, was I going to see some death particles yet then? I'm a little worried. What? No, okay, this is good, this is working. It's entity cramming them, or not entity cramming them, entity uncramming them on top. And then we just do one foul swoop. Look, we've got 20 levels right now. We go, whatcha? 28 levels. Whatcha? 30 levels. How amazing is that? And we can basically just put this on a little timer. Boom. 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 Oh my goodness. Boom. So much silverfish. And then they all gather up. And with one foul swoop, whatcha? And whatcha? Up. Haja! I now have 38 levels. Oh, and if we pop an armor stand down here, like so, that will make the sweeping edge even easier, and it should hit the lower ones and the upper ones that are on the thing there. So let's hit this a bunch of times. Silverfish rain, silverfish rain, silverfish rain, silverfish rain, do, all the stuff, things, very nice. And then with one foul swoop. Last time there was, oh, they're suffocating a bit. Whatcha? Oh, 45 levels now. Okay, I think we've absolutely smashed this. We're in the machine. And if I keep pressing this button here, I love it, I can't stop doing it, you might notice that the XP is pretty instantaneous. You ready? 1, 2, 3, boom! We just went to level 51 just like that, and that's because we have a little mod on the server called Clumps, a very popular mod, which basically just makes all the little XP balls go bloop, like that together, and clump into one little ball, making it much quicker and easier, and making farms like this not only more lag-friendly, but also super duper powered as well. And swipe! Oh, 54 levels. Now, of course, this project is far from over. We've got to add all of the stuff above there to be able to make the infested stone for free. And then we want to add some stuff below this to use that XP. And I've got some fun ideas of what we could be using that for. But that is going to be it for today's episode. Thank you so very much for watching, liking, commenting, and subscribing. It's all very, very much appreciated. Of course, a massive, beautiful thank you to my wonderful patrons whose names are all over the screen right now, making your screen so much more prettier. Oh, it's lovely. Thank you all so very much. But until the next episode, a good-bye.